Hello, everyone. This is the Atheist Ranger here. I'm just going to do a little short response to a Fox News article that the Friendly Atheist actually shared on Facebook. And I'm going to respond to some of it because it's a rather somewhat large article and I got the time to respond to all this fucking stupidity. But I would definitely love to correct some of their nonsense. All right, the article starts out. There's no polite way to say this. Atheists are the most arrogant, ignorant, and dangerous people on earth. No, that would a little ironic because that would be you, sir. By the way, the person writing this article is Anthony DiStefano. He's apparently a very famous Christian author, from what I read about. Uh, Arrogant, maybe, because it's kind of hard to be arrogant when we're right. Ignorant, no. We prefer to live in reality, unlike you who believe in make believe. And dangerous, you're coming from a religion that likes to faith heal children instead of taking them to the fucking hospital. Are you serious? We've all seen these pompous prigs, sorry, get offended by the slightest bit of religious imagery in public and mortified, even if the whisper of Merry Christmas escapes the lips of some well-meaning but naive department store clerk during the holiday season. Okay, first of all, we don't give a fuck less if you say Merry Christmas. Okay, as far as department stores or stores saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, they're trying to be all-inclusive. Because guess what? It's not just Christians and people celebrating Christmas that visit these stores. All people of different faiths visit these stores, jackass. He cites a few examples. Last December, the group American Atheists launched its annual billboard campaign with the slogan, "Just skip church, it's all fake news." Another pause here. Listen, dude, I've talked to believers both online and in my personal life who even have admitted to me that the worst part of their holidays is going to church and hearing a bunch of stories they've heard a million times since they were kids. So I applaud the American Atheists for putting up that billboard. And speaking of putting up billboards that you think offend people, how do you think us non-believers feel when we drive down to the Bible Belt and we see billboards saying that we're going to go to hell if we don't believe? But, you know, us atheists put up one billboard and all of a sudden we're the bullies. Okay. Let's see. In February, the American Humanist Association became furious when President Trump had the goal to mention Christianity and Jesus Christ without also mentioning atheists at the National Prayer Breakfast. Well, first of all, as far as I'm concerned, there shouldn't be a national prayer breakfast. As far as him mentioning Jesus Christ and Christianity, he's the president of the entire United States. He is supposed to be representing all of us. Not that he's doing a very good fucking job of that, because I think anyone who's even pays attention to a little bit of politics in this country knows that he's not doing that at all. He's more focused on protecting the billionaire class and millionaire class, which most of us knew was already going to happen. And this month, the Freedom from Religion Foundation raised holy hell because the Reverend Billy Graham was laid out in the state of the Capitol Rotunda before his burial. Well, yeah, considering the fact that Billy Graham was one of the most regressive people I've ever fucking heard of. I mean, that man stood for so many hateful things. He did everything he could to take away women's reproductive rights, as well as do everything he can to stop gay people from getting married. So yeah, I mean, despite what the religious right may think, most people didn't like Billy Graham. But while their arrogance is annoying, it's nothing compared to their ignorance. Atheists believe that the vast majority of human beings from all periods of time and all places on Earth have been wrong about the thing most important to them. Okay, you believe that as well, okay, Mr. Pardon me for not remembering his name, DiStefano. Listen, Anthony DiStefano, You're a Christian. You believe everyone else has it wrong as well. Okay, so the only difference between my position and your position is that you believe in one more God than I do. That's it. Goes on, they basically dismiss the vast majority as being either moronic or profoundly naive. Both true. You are and I'm going to say this very arrogantly, you are moronic if you believe in a talking Jewish zombie. Because at the end of the day, that's what you worship. That's what Christianity worships. You worship a talking Jewish zombie. I'm not going to apologize for that statement. What they don't seem to know or won't admit is that the greatest contributions to civilization has been made not by atheists but by believers. No, the greatest contributions to civilization have been by secular-minded people, whether they be religious or not. Aristotle, Francis Bacon, at least I'm hoping I'm saying that right, Francis Bacon, Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, all believed in God. Yes, that is true, but most of them were deistic in their belief in God. So I, again, don't know why you even bring them up. Nobel Prize winner William Roentgen, the discoverer of X-rays, Antoine Lavoisier. Again, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm fucking up these names. The father of modern chemistry, William Keene, a bunch of these people, and William Walton, the first person to artificially split an atom, all believe in God. Yeah, that's because a lot of these people lived quite a long time ago, and if anyone did profess, and if anyone, at least back then, did profess to not believe in God, they probably either would have been locked up in a mental institution or in some parts of the world even killed. Even the Big Bang Theory itself, which atheists mistakenly bolster their arguments against God. Well, yeah, because nowhere in your Bible does it say anything about God creating a Big Bang. But anyway, was proposed by, I don't know what that, former Father George Lemire. Again, I'm fucking up these names. A Belgian astronomer and Roman Catholic priest. And the father of genetics, which proved the basis of the whole theory of evolution, was Gregor Mendel, an Australian monk. Again, I'm sure a lot of the people you mentioned were also very secular-minded, so I don't know why you think this proves anything. Yes, the new atheists have an ignorance on history bordering on madness, but are they really dangerous too? You bet they are. The truth is, the atheist position is incapable of supporting any coherent system morality other than ruthless social Darwinism. That's actually not true. I base my morality, believe not, on the same thing you do. Self-interest plus empathy equals morality. So no, it's social Darwinism, not a key. That's why it's caused more deaths, murders, and bloodshed than any other belief system in history. Pause. Atheism is not and never will be a belief system. Atheists, of course, have been claiming hysterically that Christianity has been responsible for most of the world's wars. Again, also not true. We've said religion is responsible for most of the world's wars, which unfortunately is not true. I think only less than 10% of history's wars have been caused by religion. I mean, if you're going to sit there and say we claim something, at least get it the fuck right. But that's just another example of atheist ignorance. No, it's not. I'm sorry, but more wars have been started because of religion than atheism. That's just a cold, hard fact. The main reason for war has always been because of economic gain, territorial gain, and civil and revolutionary conflicts. Which is also true, again, as I just stated, okay? I think I forget the exact percentage, but I think it's less than 10% of history's wars have been caused by religion. So yes, the second sentence of this paragraph I actually agree with. Says right here, according to the Encyclopedia of Wars, only 6.8%, let's just say 7%, were religious in nature. Okay, let's go down here a little bit. There's a profound connection between atheism and death. No, there isn't. Atheists oh God, really? Atheist leaders like Stalin, Mao, can't pronounce that last name, Pol Pot, and others bear the blame for the overwhelming majority of deaths caused by wars and mass murders in history. And while many atheists make the prepositioned claim that Adolf Hitler was a Christian, his private diaries, first published in 1953 by Barr, Stratus, and Young, clearly revealed that Theo was a rabid atheist. Okay, first of all, no, he wasn't. If you would actually bother to read his own book in his own words, Mein Kampf, he made it very clear that he was exterminating the Jews in the name of the Christian God. Not to mention the fact that he also made it very clear to the rest of the world that the Nazi movement was a Christian movement, and Hitler himself was a self-identified Catholic. So no. The facts are inconceivable between 1900 and 2017. Oh, God. Approximately 150 million people were killed by atheistic political regimes. Okay, I'm getting tired of refuting this fucking point. Listen, to any Christian that may watch this. Stalin did not kill in the name of atheism. He killed in the name of communism, which is a political ideology. Okay? I will say this very proudly and very arrogantly. No one has died as a result of atheism, and it's probably never going to be the case. Because atheism is not a belief system. I'm getting fucking sick and tired of refuting this fucking point over and fucking over again. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm sorry, I forgot where the fuck I was. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are. And it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Atheists don't believe in God, so they don't believe in transcendent objective moral law. Yeah, because it doesn't exist. And you tell me that your objective morals come from a God that you have yet to provide evidence that even exists. I'm not going to buy that. Nor do they believe that human beings are made in the image of God. Because we're not. Again, you have to provide evidence for your fucking God's existence. So they don't believe humans possess infinite value or dignity. That is also not true. I mean, maybe not ultimate value or dignity, but yes, we do believe that our fellow human beings are valuable and have value and dignity. Okay, my family has value and dignity to me. When you put these two beliefs together, you get a deadly recipe for killing problematic human beings quite easy and defensible. Okay, I don't know what you mean by problematic. I'm actually against the death penalty because it doesn't work. And that's saying something considering how I used to be for the death penalty. Only one has to look at the growing number of abortions, suicides, homicides, and the case of state-sponsored euthanasia and infanticide to see atheist death connections. Yeah, you're going to have to go a little deeper on that. Because, sorry to disappoint you, but most abortions happen in a lot of these red states, especially in the Bible Belt. So, let's see, abortion. Sorry to disappoint you here, Anthony, but it's not just atheists getting abortions. Suicides. Well, you know what? I will hand you that. Atheists do commit suicides more than theists, and you know why? Because we have fucking idiots like you doing everything you can to alienate us from society as well as our family and friends, and that causes depression, and depression eventually, in some cases, leads to fucking suicide. Homicides. No. Sorry about that. No. Again, atheists don't commit most homicides in this country. If this dude had actually bothered to do his research, only 1% of the prison population is atheists, by the way. As throughout secular and functioning atheistic culture, we are fast becoming accustomed to, quote, killing our problem rather than dealing with them in a compassionate, loving, and sacrificial way. Again, what problems are you talking about? The modern breed of atheists is arrogant, ignorant and dangerous. Too many books written in response. Yeah. Doesn't that tact is very charitable, but unfortunately it doesn't work with bullies. Yeah, dude, I can show you countless stories where a atheist stands up for his children's rights or his or her right, and they get death threats from your supposedly Christian brothers in arms. Okay, so don't sit here and come to me and talk about how we're the bullies when the fact of the matter is when we want and will stand up to Christianity being shoved down our throats, that makes you the bullies. You're the ones shoving religion down our throats, and we're saying, hey, keep it in your fucking home, keep it in your fucking church. That's where fucking religion belongs. And now he's even threatening us in this article. As well, we cannot allow that to happen. As I say in my book, there's only one way to deal with bullies, even in this politically correct world, and that is to stand up to them and fight them. Fight them in a bold, aggressive, and fearless way, and fight them now. Wow. Well, once again, thank you for proving my point that you, sir, are in fact the bully. Once again, Fox News is once again showing its hypocrisy. They love to play the victim, especially when it comes to Christians, but when it comes to other groups, they have no problem picking on them, especially when it comes to non-believers such as myself. And honestly, I just laugh at the hypocrisy because you know what? Don't come playing the victim to me when you're the ones being the aggressors. You're the one who wants to shove your religion in the classroom. You're the one who wants your creationism in the classroom. And unfortunately, at this day and age, we're not going to fucking put up with it anymore. We're going to keep reminding you over and over and over again that we have this little thing in our Constitution called the Establishment Clause. That means religion and the state are separate. And unfortunately, there are even believers who, while they acknowledge the separation of church and state, they think that the separation of church and state only applies to the state. Not fucking true. So to any conservative Christian out there that may watch this, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Repeating myself. To any conservative Christian that may watch this, the separation of church and state applies to both the state as well as the church. The founding fathers did not want the church to be a part of the state affairs. That's one of the reasons why they left fucking Great Britain. Anyway, that's my rant. If anyone wants to do, honestly, a better response than I probably did, the link to the article is down below. You all have a good night, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Good night.